Yes, my brothers and sisters, how are you? Welcome. My name is Gavin with Onement, and I'm still playing around with this a little bit. There's a video YouTuber who really does photography and videos and artistic, really cool stuff named Peter McKinnon, and he always starts off his videos with this, like the saying. I forget what it is. He's like "bam" or something. But I'm still looking for mine. I like starting off with, yes, my brothers and sisters. So, hey, welcome to vlog number 3. If you haven't seen this before, go back, watch number 1 just as the explanation. You know, you can watch it chronologically or you can just jump in after that. But today, I'm going to be talking about the biggest lie. Okay, what I think is one of the biggest lies that we're taught, that we're told, that we believe in, that is absolutely false, right? And before I get into that, I'm going to share, like I said, transparently, to be authentic. Like I woke up this morning and I felt off. I felt like I wasn't excited about my day. I was actually having some angst about it. I was like having some dread. I wasn't looking forward to it. I was down, right? And part of it had to do with the fact that like my job, what I do to earn a living right now is every day my schedule changes, and I don't know my schedule until the night before, sometimes until at 9 o'clock. And then it makes it kind of hard to plan the next day. And I like mornings, I like afternoons, not a huge fan of evenings, right? I'm 48 and I kind of like to just, chill at night, hang out with my family. Well, with my day today, it's in the evening, okay, is what I'll be attending. And so I was bummed about that last night. And then I was bummed about it when I woke up this morning. I was like, gosh, and part of me was like, oh, I have, the day free to do things like this and to get some, to-do list items done. And I've done some stuff, and I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, just wasn't feeling, great. And the thing that I want to share with you is that I have done like so much work and like paid attention and just like, read so much and really want to get to the bottom of like, why don't I always feel good? Why don't I always feel abundant? Why do I experience fear? Why am I like upset a decent amount of the time if things don't go my way? And so I've really gone down that hole, and that's a big part of like, helping teach this, because not only do I want to learn it, I want to share it. And so I realized I was in a good place, and that's really important, okay? Because, sometimes it can go hours or days and you're like just grumpy or off or upset or scared or whatever it is that is not like in tune with who you really are. And so when I noticed that this morning, I was like, no. I know this is not what I want for my day. So immediately I was like, okay, what are some things that I can do to shift? What are some things I can do to like rewire my mind? So a lot of days, I might go to the YMCA. That's where I work out, maybe a little lame, right? And so I went to the Y, ended up going and getting my car washed. And then I was listening to music. Put some air in my tires. That's been on my to-do list for a while, and I've wanted to get that done. And then I came home and I read a little bit and I meditated. And like in that meditation, I got the idea for this video, because what I was realizing was happening with me is that my day was predicated on it going the way that I wanted. It was a preference. I want this. I want, what I need to do today, like in the morning or in the afternoon. I want it in a close location. It turns out I have to drive a while for it. That's time of traffic. Like, oh my gosh, I have to be in my car. And all these like kind of stories that then I use as a reason to not like be happy or to be in a good place. So what's the biggest lie? The biggest lie is that the world and what happens to us is actually influencing or causing our happiness. So real quick, very obvious, when things go the way we want, then we're good. And we're like, oh yeah, life is good, right? we get the money we want. Oh, we feel like safe and we feel abundant. Something happens at a job and we're like, oh, we feel valued, right? We do some exercise, maybe eat some good food, and like, oh, we're feeling better about ourselves. We're taking care of ourselves, right? So there's all these like behind the scenes judgments going on that thinks that things need to go a certain way and then we're happy, right? And I'm telling you that what I've learned is that is a recipe to be very unhappy in this world, because a lot of the times it may go that way, but even when it does, tell me if you can relate to this and comment on this. Even if it does somewhat go the way you thought, there's usually like a little something. It's like, oh, I wish that would have been a little different, or it could have been a little bit better, or it could have been a little bit more, right? And it's like never seems to be like enough. So the lie is that the happiness is out there. And what I'm teaching, one of the things is that who we are is happiness. My vlog yesterday talked about oneness, and ultimately I feel like oneness is like the experience of bliss, of who we really are, and that there is no separation from that bliss. And how we get to practice that is, what we like believe and what we see throughout our day. And I'll be teaching that. But regarding happiness, it's an inside job. It's within our mind, right? And that we have the power right now, the only moment that's real, to take a deep breath, to close our eyes, to do whatever you want to do, but to realize all is well right now. And that like the happiness of like what is real, our joy, our bliss is in this moment. You don't need anything out there. You don't need any causation. And it's not conditional. It is absolutely not conditional. And then here is the one of the things that I'm going to be teaching is, I know for a lot of people, we're so conditioned, and I have been too. It's like, I need to know the payoff. Like, what is this going to, how is this going to improve my life? What am I going to get out of this? And when you're able to shift and change your mind and be happy right now, you will see your world shift. Those things like, me having to drive and through traffic later today, like I'm in very good spirits because I shifted, because I realized where I was mentally, and I decided, no, like it's beautiful out. There's all these wonderful things that, I get to enjoy. And I know you might be saying, hey, Gavin, well, yeah, boy, you kind of have your day. And so it's easy. Like you get to do, free time. And so you have to deal with some traffic. But I encourage you, if you pay attention to how you're feeling, how can you shift? How can you change your mind about your happiness of what's out there? Music on the way to work, possibly working out, eating something that like nourishes your soul. Listen to a podcast that's uplifting, and praying throughout the day, meditating. Like I'll do other videos. There's so many things you can do. But when you are coming from a place of who you are and that happiness and that joy and that bliss, then, you'll see that the activities, the doing that it seems like we're constantly doing, like you'll be happier in that moment. And you won't need these other things to happen in a certain way to feel good. And then there's magical is not the word to describe it, but like things just kind of start falling into place, and you start letting go of it needing to look a certain way. And then it turns out even better than you could have imagined. And like, wow, like I started off, as kind of a bummer day, and it turned out to be this just wonderful, like walking moments of like happiness, joy, and gratitude. And I got to connect with people. And today I remember truth, right? So sharing a little bit about what I'm going through and like what I faced this morning. Hopefully this is helpful to you. Integrate this stuff. We have mountains of more things to go through, and together we are going to live our oneness, no fear, absolute love, joy, and like what we came here for, right? We didn't come here to suffer. Like it doesn't have to be that way. Like at some level, suffering is like this guilt and this judgment we have on ourselves, and like that's our worth, right? And we're going to dissolve those layers. We're going to dissolve that illusion. And regardless of what's happening in your life, you're going to have peace and joy and feel abundant and freedom, right? Trying to keep these videos to, around 7 to 10 minutes, a little over that. But like ultimately, if you really, like if I said to you, hey, what would be perfect for you? And most people would say, hey, I want to do whatever I want to do. I want to have no spending limits. I don't want any limitation in any different way. And really what people are saying is like, I want freedom. I want to feel like in that moment that like I'm safe and I'm secure and ultimately like I'm whole. That's like oneness living in this physical experience. And where we're going is you're going to see it's not conditional. It doesn't have to be a certain way out there, that right now you can experience that. And then what happens is it's the reflection of that back to you. Then all these amazing miracles start happening to you that you never even dreamed of because you're coming from your wholeness without needing anything else. So it's very cool. Hopefully that clap wasn't too loud. So excited to be on this journey with you. Gonna be, just like I have, sharing daily stories, what I'm learning, and we get to do this together. Please comment. In the beginning, this is the third vlog. I'm getting literally no views. It's fine. Whatever this turns out to be, if it's only just a rendition or a vlog scrapbook for my kids, for them to like kind of see where I was and almost like a video diary, so be it. Yet I feel called to share what I've learned, share what I'm going through, share what I know, and that we get to grow and get realigned with who we already are and just have the memory of that. So subscribe, share this, comment, like it. I would love all those things. Want to connect with you, reach out if you're watching this, like, send me a comment or whatever. So, and I will be back again soon. It's not daily, but probably, 2, 3, 4 times a week. So looking forward to having some cool things possibly planned for tomorrow. Could change based on my morning. All right. Much love. Yes, my brothers and sisters, take care. Have a wonderful aligned day. Bye-bye.